So today is Wednesday, November 22nd, and we will be closing.
Charlie, sorry.
We will be closing the page this afternoon, right after this, to commentary. Remember, our page stays open that you could review or read, but you just can't, and like, but you can't make comments. And then we're closing the page down this afternoon, and we will reopen on Monday. That'll give everyone a chance to have the holiday and do what they want to do and take a break from their computers and get outside and see fresh air and stuff like that. And
Oh, slush. Okay. I
And
got
what?
too much slush and snow. Oh, there was a blizzard last night. I
Ooh,
was driving in a blizzard.
Oh, well, I may just start to decorate my house for Christmas like I usually do, but since I'm a little behind. But so we did want to do a few updates for you. So Michelle, I'll let you start with some of that news that we wanted to share with them as online safety.
Okay, so yeah, so as you notice, I put up a message earlier the other day that any products that we sell so that we get some money back for our legal fees only come from Cafe Press. Okay, we would not send out any emails from the organization, myself saying that, oh, you haven't, contacted us lately, and if you don't, we're gonna, take you off our email list. We don't do things like that. I mean, so, we know there's really bad people out there. So again, any products that are sold come from Cafe Press only. And if you notice that we had a retiree rumble sale, okay, going on at Cafe Press. So, you buy something and some of the proceeds go towards the legal donations. So I did contact the company, the fraudulent company, trying to sell products, and I am in the middle of a battle with their legal team via email. So trying to get that straightened away. So again, any products to be bought are through Cafe Press. Okay, so I'm sorry for the person who did buy the 2 products, but as far as I know, that there wasn't a charge on his credit card. So hopefully that all gets resolved, because it seems that I caught the company before it went through on his card. So
Good.
again, all right, so just be careful with emails, and if you're not sure, just send a message to the org and say, yeah, did you send this? And I'll get back to you. I usually get back within a day, but it's usually shorter than that. Okay, so be careful, because there's creepy people out there.
Yes, there are. Well, opportunist is a good way of describing that.
They're creepy bad people.
Yes, absolutely. What else do we got?
And that's about it.
Do we have anything else we want to add?
no, just contribute in the spirit of the season to our organization.
I got a little, like the barrel and the bell. I should bring my bell out.
They're already out. I was out yesterday.
Yes.
And the bells are already out.
Mhm.
But our fundraisers are keep going, and we did a shout out last week to Chris Westfall from Senior Savings Network, as he mentioned us. If for those that don't know, Chris is actually a retired police officer who does insurance, I believe out of North Carolina. And on the Senior Savings Network, many of you watch his videos on his YouTube channel, and you have shared them and posted them. And so he did a shout out to us because he follows what we do. And we had connected with Chris, I guess, a year and a half ago. So it was very nice to see him do a shout out to our organization and list us and help us with our fundraising for this next round. Yes, the city did appeal the class action status classification of our copay case, so that now puts all 3 of our cases into some level of appeal. We have no dates, but as soon as we do get new court dates, which will probably be that will be announced coming in December, I'm assuming, it's for the January, February-ish terms. We'll keep you posted when we know, and then some of you tell us. So not to fear, but there's really nothing really left to do. what else did we have? Do we have anything else we needed to share, or was that pretty much it?
No, I think that was it. No, but again, always, just everybody be careful out there, anybody who's traveling, make sure you get safe to your destinations. And hopefully, those,
The New York Post piece, Laura.
Oh, that's
So that came out yesterday, Laura, and just so know that Nicole does this a lot. It's typically like a Citizens Budget Commission type line. It's civil service workers make too much money and blah blah blah. You'll see that's from yesterday. I started making a few comments and then I went to sleep and there was probably only 4 comments, and then this morning I woke up and there's over 100. And then of course I sat here in my pajamas with my cup of coffee, firing back at all this nonsense and defending public civil service workers. So feel free to do the same, but keep it classy because that's how we roll. And then I know some people had tried to make a personal email to her, still keep those classy and try to educate her because that's what we do. And that through the years of us being able to educate others that we have reformed a few people's thinking and got them to come around. It's always a struggle, absolutely. And you'll recognize this is our 3rd Thanksgiving fighting to protect our healthcare, which is absolutely horrible that we would be forced to be put into that position. And Sue and I sat with another councilwoman the other day who basically said to us, just go litigate that. And, we're going to let the litigation play through. And this is a councilwoman from the Upper East Side. And yet the lines are all the same. They're all saying the same thing. We don't want to deal with this. You deal with it. So I'm not quite understanding that, but I think we'll come up with, probably another strategy or something to try to push this through before the end of the year, but we are running out of time. And that doesn't mean that it's dead. That does mean, though, we pick back up in 2024. So make sure you stock up on coffee and Wheaties or whatever it is that keeps you going, because come 2024, we start all over again. And we're not going away. And they're going to have to recognize that we are just going to keep on being here and keep trying to defend our healthcare.
We're like mold. We're just going to keep growing. You think you got rid of us. We're just going to keep growing.
Did you make it sound something nicer than mold? Like,
listen,
it's or candy kisses or something.
They don't grow. I'm telling you, it's just, they think you got rid of us. And it's just like, listen, I could think of worse things. Okay. That go away and come back.
I don't know. I'm allergic to mold.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say it on the live. I'll tell you off screen. Okay.
Well, just think happy things, because we're just going to be annoyingly happy going into 2024 because we look at it like this. For as much as we're not going away, and we're not going away, and even after this fight ends, we're still not going away. This organization is going to have to stay around to protect people, because clearly if a group of labor leaders thought it was okay to do this once, there will be some half-brained labor leader that'll think that they could do it again. So unfortunately, it's going to require vigilance. And so we just stay focused. And I think if they recognize we're not going away, even if they're term limited, we will make the rest of their terms a living hell, that they're going to have to address this and not just let us keep fighting on our own, because we are going to keep popping up. So one of the things that you can do is, you'll see, like I'll do, is follow me, right? Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on wherever, me and the organization, because then when you see me make a post on a council person, then you just tag onto it, and then you click like, or you make a couple sentence comment. Do it on Facebook, do it on Twitter. I'll try to do more on Facebook because I do most of mine on Twitter. But Twitter does have a larger audience than does the Facebook pages. But think about doing that even in your own circle. Make a post on your council person's page and and just keep doing it and get your friends to follow you and do the same thing. And then every time make a connection to everything. Today, Kevin Riley put out a post about, look at what we do when community comes together. We gave away like, I don't know, 600 turkeys. Well, that's really great. How about protecting retirees in your district? And just make the connection, no matter what they do. It's like Eric Botcher said to me one day, here I am posting about beautiful flower pots we just put on the street and people are talking about Medicare. I'm like, yes. There's a connection. Make the connection. And if there isn't one, make one. So they're just going to get so fed up with having to they're ignoring it, that they're going to have to deal with it to make us go away. And it's not just out of being annoying. It's the right thing to do that they don't want to address. So make them address it at every time you can, and draw a line, make a connection. I don't care what it is, and you could do it with humor, because they'll keep remembering it.
And with a smile.
Find a way, but
right.
Yeah.
Again, you haunt their dreams.
And anytime you see your council member around, just keep raising the issue.
Right. With a smile.
Yes. Like there was my cousin loves the Golden Girls. So one day I sent her a dozen roses, and it was literally a vase with a rose from the Golden Girls, a dozen rose from the Golden Girls is in a vase. So you could do, send your council person a dozen retirees and take a bunch of pictures like the pictures we have behind us, or our logo, cut them in the shapes of flowers and bring them to their office, just so that they always remember you. I mean, find a way to do something creative that they haven't read the bill, go print it up on a large piece of poster board and just bring it to their office. Here, it's 2 sentences, thought I would bring it to you. Because we will, if we can't get this bill passed by the end of this year, it will come back in 24 and they'll have to read it again. And they'll be probably the same 2 sentences, maybe a little embellished upon, but we're not really sure. But yeah, so there is that. And then of course, keep pushing back on Michael and Henry and all the rest of them. So are you seeing any questions that we need to answer?
No, but he said, Gerald Nelson said he saw Mayor Adams on the corner ringing the bell with his pot for his legal fund.
Oh no, that's bad.
Gerald said, will the new council member from the Bronx and signed our pledge will reintroduce our bill?
So I'm not going to announce who will do it, but we do have people that will be redoing it. And then, of course, we have 2 new council persons that after the holiday, we will be scheduling meetings with and bringing you guys in as their constituents to get onto those calls with them. One, to meet them and then see what, to hear from themselves what their position is. So we're looking forward to that. And we'll do that right after the Thanksgiving holidays, schedule that appointment. I can't tell you what date it is because I've been told give them a call the next week. I will make those calls, make those appointments, and then you guys will get those emails. We will repost the list, as we also have for anyone who's in Pirina Sanchez's office in district. If you are in council in Pirina Sanchez's district and you have not signed up for her meeting, please do so. We will repost the sign up for council member meetings. We only have a few people that are in her district that have responded that they want to be on a call with her. And we think it's really important that you get to listen to her and hear her position. So please sign up in any council district for your meetings. It's super important that you participate. This is how they get to know who you are, who they are, and you can get your messaging across. And then when you are in her district or his district and you pass their office, you could stop by, pop in, and let yourself be known. That way you get to say, hi, it's me just passing by. Just wanted to see how you're doing with signing on to our intro. So keep that in mind. Let them know who you are. Remember that old saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So they're not going to want you dropping by every day asking about retiree healthcare. But just make yourself known. That's how we get things done. So thank you to all of you. Thank you for your persistence. Thank you for
Yes.
your donations, and keep those coming. We're
Let's keep 'em
oh,
coming.
well,
The bookkeeper is on vacation until
vacation.
next week, so we, yeah, so we don't have an actual number for the thermometer, but we will have it posted next week.
Yes, and then Jim says, don't forget about asking Gail Brewer to investigate the misuse of the stabilization fund. We should be doing those emails to Gail Brewer as well. I do believe that last week, Mike Tambasco posted the link up, so please go look for that. And it's super important to keep focused on that. We're not giving up, and we're not going away, and there's still a lot more fight to be happening. So without all of you, we wouldn't be here, and thank you for trusting in us, and thank you for fighting this with us for our third Thanksgiving.
Yes, I know. So again, I thank the monitor, our moderators, you know, for doing such a great job. And again, like Mary Ann said, we wouldn't be here without you guys out there in Zoom land. So appreciate everything. And again, don't get all crazy with the appeals. Just try to have a good holiday week and get to your destinations there and back safely.
Yeah, so with that, I guess we'll close and say happy Thanksgiving. Have a great extended weekend. We will see you all on Monday, and keep the faith.
Yes.
Love you
Bye.
guys. Ciao.
Bye-bye.